Well, hey! Welcome back to season 2 and the final episode of season 2 of Wind Down Wednesday with my Lady of the Week. Yeah, y'all hear it in the background. That's the one and only DMX. Just want to say rest in peace to Mr. DMX. All right, let's see who's coming on in the wine room. Oh, y'all are on time tonight. We got Lady D _ Freeman has joined. Hey, Elijah. Hi, Alex. Look, guys, look at these eyes. You know that was done by no other than Mr. Alex. You all can follow him on his Instagram handle at MUA Alex with 2X. Follow him, please, guys, because he puts it down for me every week. And also, I have to give a shout out to the baddest hairstylist in LA, Miss Lanny B, the stylist. Thank you, girl. Thank you for my curls. All right, guys, this evening's Wind Down Wednesday is all about breaking barriers. And I mean that literally and figuratively. The lady of the week who is coming into the wine room is a real live superwoman. You guys will see what I'm talking about in a minute. But in the meantime, you guys know the drill. Let's go ahead and raise it. Raise your glasses. Clink, 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 clink. All right, guys, let's get ready to bring Miss JJ Branch into the wine room. Give me a second, and I'll bring her in. I hope you guys have had a phenomenal Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and we are almost to the weekend. Oh, hey, Miss JJ Branch.
Hey, lady. How are you?
Hey, lady. How are you?
I'm good, blessed. Happy to be here.
Yes, and thank you so much for being here this evening. I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to grace us with your presence, girlfriend. So
it is
thank
my
you so
pleasure.
much.
I'm honored. I am honored.
All right. Well, look, before we get into this conversation, let's go on and raise a glass and toast it out. You don't have your glass. It's okay. Well, look, I'm going to do it for you. Clink, 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 clink. Look, I'm drinking for both.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I'm going to drink for the both of us. So no worries. Okay.
Please do.
So before we get started, I always like to do what I call a little pop and collar moment, because I feel like as women, we don't always talk about our accolades. You know, some of us are shy and we don't want to say it ourselves. So look, that's what I'm here to do for you. So real quick, everybody in the audience, look, I got my little piece of paper here. I want to let you know exactly who we have in the wine room this evening. So, JJ, you are a 15-year stunt woman. You are nominated twice for 2 SAG Awards. You've done stunts for Niecy Nash, Angela Bassett, Mindy, is it Kaling?
Kaling, yes.
Okay, Yvette Nicole Brown, Sharon Leal, and so many more. Your stunt work can be seen in films as Marvel's Captain America Civil War, Ride Along 2, Busted, and Furious 7, just to name a few. So I want to give you a virtual round of applause, my dear.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so can you tell everybody who you are and where you're from?
Well, my name is Jeanette Branch, Jeanette JJ Branch, they call me. Mainly in the stunt where they call me JJ Branch. And I'm a Jamaica Queens girl, born and raised Jamaica Queens, lived in LA for over 15 years, and now I am back on the East Coast.
You are back on the East Coast. Okay, so listen, as I was reading your bio, you grew up with 9 brothers and 4 sisters. What was that like? 6 sisters. You said 6 sisters? OMG,
yeah.
JJ.
So it is a long, complicated story to it, but the beauty of it is that we are all very close. and my siblings kind of make me who I am in a lot of
I
ways.
imagine. Yeah.
I continue to learn from them. I teach them and I learn from them. It's a good exchange. I'm somewhere in the middle of the siblings. There's some older, there's a lot younger, and you know, we're a blessed family. I'm blessed to have all of them. So I was blessed to grow up in such a huge home. When we had birthday parties, we couldn't invite nobody. My mother would be like, y'all are the damn party.
Y'all the party,
Don't
right?
invite no friends. That's it. Too many of y'all. That's it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let me ask you this. With that many brothers, was there a lot of rough housing going on? Is that where maybe some of your toughness came from?
I'm going to have to say yes. If you talk to them, they would take all the credit for everything I've done. They'd be like, it's all because of us. We used to beat her up when she was little. That's why. But it definitely was some rough housing. Absolutely. My older brothers definitely taught me how to fight when I was really young, when I had the business fighting, had the business doing, but I was kind of their project in many ways. So they would teach me different moves and they would execute certain moves on me. And honestly, they still do. I can walk around thinking I'm cute right now before I know it. Somebody got me in the headlock asking me, if somebody had us in the street, how would you get out? How would you get out? So it's a game for them. But yeah.
Right. So,
but I definitely have to accredit my upbringing to a lot of it.
I'm sure. And so clearly that's kind of what led you into the path of wanting to be a stunt woman, because who wakes up and says, you know what? I want to be a stunt woman. So tell me how that came about.
You know, stunts found me. I don't even know. I don't know when I even in my life knew what a stunt person was. Okay. I grew up a creative kid, an ambitious kid, very active kid, physical. I used to dance a lot. You know, I would take dance classes, and I was physical in that way. And I'm an actor, so I was trained acting in New York. Moved to LA to take my acting to another level. Yeah, and kind of found me. Two of my good friends, Jawandis Candice and Natasha Hopkins, were stunt women already, and they were like, we wrote together a short film called Plan B, and in the film, I was an abused housewife. I was married to a man that abused me, and there was a scene where he beats me up in my office. And the premise of it was a short film we got together and wrote. I was married to him. He was abusive to me. He had a mistress, which one of the other girls played, and we went together and hired this other woman to put a hit out on him. And then we became like this force where we went out and we saved other people that were in abusive situations. So that was the premise of the short. But the guy who played my husband in it was a stunt guy. So when it was a scene where he had to beat me up in my office, quote unquote. He comes in, they show me how to do this scene. He's gonna grab you here, you gotta throw yourself back there, you gotta take the head, and then you're gonna fall to the ground, and you're gonna scream, you're gonna run. So it was a whole thing. They did the choreography on it, they showed me what to do. And when we were done, like my adrenaline was going, my heart was beating, and I was like, I think that's what I want to do.
Girl, look, ain't no way in the world.
That I was, who will be, I was turned on creatively from that experience. And so I owe it to my two girls, because I was like, I am an actor, I'm a trained actor, I am not doing stunts. And after that short film, I was like, so where's the stunt gym? What we trying? Where we go? Let's go. Let's hit it. I was ready.
Okay, so is there a stunt woman school that you go to learn how to do all this?
There are stunt gyms. There are stunt gyms. There are stunt gyms everywhere that stunt people go to. Back when I first started doing stunts, they were mainly in LA. There was a few in New York, but mainly in LA. And there are stunt gyms where you go, you train, you get with other stunt people, you work on execution of getting hit, taking a hit, throwing a hit, falls, tumbles, everything down to wire work. A little bit of everything. So there is definitely stunt gyms where you go to enhance your skills. You do high falls, low falls, all types of different things. Depending on what your skill set is. Everyone has different skill sets. Everybody has specialties that they specialize in. So you go there and you work on your skill set, and which is a very important thing to do as a stunt person, to make sure you're working on that skill set.
So speaking of skill set, I watched a reel of you being set on fire. The guy punched you in the face. He dragged you by your hair. You were on top of the hood of a car. Look, swinging from side to side. Okay, so wait. So let me ask you this. When you go home at night after a day's work, is there a tub with some Epsom salt waiting for you?
Oh, absolutely. There's some Epsom salt, and there's also massages. I personally would treat myself to massages. You know, so your body get aches and quirks, and you can get hurt on the job, but it's not a big hurt. You may not even realize that you kind of hurt something to a day so later. You become a little sore, like what is that? Where is that coming from? And you realize you could have bruised something, and now the pain of it is showing up. So yeah, I believe in treating the body good. I believe in getting massages. So if it's a stunt job that I feel like I've been beat up on all day, because you know, stunts, you don't just do the shot one time. You're gonna do it over and over and over.
Yeah, because it has to look realistic.
And you have to want to get all angles. They want to get the best shot. So it's not a one take thing unless it's a big production. There have been situations where I've done a stunt and it was one take, and it was like, we got it, we're good, let's go. And it was like, let's go. We were so happy because nobody wants to keep doing it over and over and over again. I remember one time I had to do an ice skating trick where it was for Mindy Kaling. She was in the center of the ice skating ring, and some hockey players come out. She's on a date, and they bump her, and she falls. So I had to keep doing that. And they want the home alone fall with the feet up in the air, where your back hits the floor. So we do it, boom, and we pad it up. So you have a big coat on. So you pad myself up under the coat. Yeah, you get to pad yourself up pretty well. And they wig you. So you wear a wig because you're matching the actress that you're doubling. So with something like that, I would take like bubble paper, the kind of like the packing paper. I slide it up under the back of the wig because I know I have to do this Home Alone thing. And when your back hits, that head snaps, and that head may hit the ice as well. Everybody wants to go home. Nobody wants a concussion here today. So these are little tricks that you learn to do over time, you know, to protect yourself. But I had to do that fall over and over and over and over. I remember like the 5th time I was like, it was taking a lot out of me. Director's like, JJ, you got one more in you? I'm like, yeah, I got one more. Let's go. So you give them that one more. So yeah, it's pretty sore after that. But if you know, that's a sort of an easy stunt compared to a lot of other ones. So.
Wow.
Sometimes it's the easy ones you got to be careful of, though. The easy ones that get you. You're not.
Girl. Okay, so you leave New York, you come to LA. What is your big break? Which was the first big stunt break that you had? And when I say break,
first stunt job, the first professional stunt job I did was My Name is Earl. It's a TV show called My Name is Earl. I think the guy he wins the lotto and he goes around and he's trying to apologize to everyone. But it was like 5 seasons of that show. It was a really funny comedy show. They have a strip club within the show called Chubby's. So you get to see what that must look like. So the young lady I was dubbing was a guest star on the show. She was one of the strippers, and she gets into a fight with one of the lead girls on the show. And so the stunt coordinator, that's the person who hires the stunt people. He calls me in and he says, okay, weird question, not being funny. What size bra do you wear? He's trying to match her because she's doing her scene with a bra top on because it's in a strip club. So if there's a fight scene going on, he's trying to physically match the actress's body. So all that made a difference. That was my first stunt job. I was like, what size am I wearing? What? So, you know, after I understood it, it made all the sense in the world. But it was a good old fight scene. We rolled on a pool table, rolled off the pool table onto the floor. Me and girlfriend was getting it on. The other actress had a stunt double too named Kelly. I believe her name was Kelly. And we had both of us in lingerie fighting all over the pool table. Smack, pop, boom, fall to the floor, everything. Brutal. But it was funny as hell and a lot of fun.
So look, I know your husband, because you know you got married about, has it been 2 years yet?
It's 2019, so it's been September will be 2 years. And let me shout out my girl Ethel. I see Ethel on here, my girl Sharita on here, and a few other.
Hey Sharita, hey everybody. So look, I know your husband was probably like, dang, she's tough. No, how does he feel about you doing
when I met my husband? Yes. When I met him, before I met my husband, I was single for a long time, was dating. And when you date, you tell someone what you do. Right. You don't want to tell them what you do. You just want to be like, you know.
Right.
Because if you say to a guy that you're interested in, like, I'm a stunt woman, and they're
Right.
like, a what? It's always a long pause. It's
Right.
like, oh, I'm a stunt woman.
Right.
So you mean you be fighting? You be fighting, and like they get a little. Sometimes they'll get a little defensive
Right.
about it, or a little intimidated, or even a little turned off. At times. But it was the weirdest thing, and dating to me was the hardest when I was a stunt woman. But yeah, but
Yeah.
my husband, he's good with it. I think when I first told him what I do, he took a step back, like, okay. I don't even know if it really sunk in what I just said I did. You know what I mean?
Right.
But once he really got that, once he really understood of it, he was a little cautious about it. But then he was like, okay, all right, I get it. I get it. I get
Look,
it.
and
Yeah.
that's when you knew he was the one. So
Was the one.
he was the one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so listen, earlier I mentioned that you have done stunt work for Miss Niecy Nash.
That's
And the
my girl,
queen,
yes.
right, and the queen herself, Miss Angela Bassett. So
Yes,
when you get
ma'am.
the phone call to do stunt work for both of these phenomenal women, what does that feel like? And where are you in that moment?
For Angela Bassett, I didn't know who it was for.
You're
A lot of
buffering.
times,
She's buffering. Can y'all hear me or am I buffering? There you go.
okay, I can hear you. Okay, so Angela Bassett, a lot of times when you get a call for a stunt work, they won't tell you who you're doubling. They'll just tell you sometimes what the stunt will be. Oh, it's a fight scene. It's on this show. So for Angela Bassett, it was on the TV show ER. And when she was on ER, she came out the hospital and she walked down the alleyway and she gets mugged. And she ends up beating up the mugger and then taking him back into the hospital and works on him, which is pretty heckin' cool. So yeah, so when she came inside the alley, which when I got a call for the job, they didn't tell me it was Angela Bassett. So I go to set. They'll email you the call sheet the night prior, so you know what time you're supposed to be there, where you have to go to. And I'm nosy. I'm gonna read the whole call sheet. I'm gonna see everybody who and I see her. I'm like, and so the actor has a number, and then the stunt double has that same person's number with an X next to it. So I was like, I'm doubling Angela.
Right.
It was great. It was great. And she was so cool. I even wore her wig when I doubled her. Like I said, they wig you. So it was literally her. Usually it's the hairstylist wig, but it was her wig that she had, her personal wig. She's like, yeah, wear my wig, and da da da. She was cool. It was a pleasure.
Wow. Yeah, I saw the picture of the two of you and I was like, well, okay now. And so, and working with Niecy Nash, what has that been like?
Oh, that's just fun. So
yeah, it looks
Niecy
like it.
is what you see is what you get. Niecy is an open heart. Niecy is a lot of fun. And it's like it's going to work with your girl and having a good time on set.
Yeah.
I
looks
know
like
Niecy
it.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know her well, so I know her ins and outs. I know what she won't do. I know what she don't want to do. So I'm a little protective. I'm a little protective over her on set. Sometimes if the director wants to get her to do something, it's like, I'm here. I can do that. They can double me. And when we're wigged and dressed to alike, we look a lot alike. So they can get away with a lot of shots. Yeah. They can get with a lot of shots of me doing it versus her. So if it's something that she doesn't have to do that may be strenuous on her, then I just step and say, let me do. I'm here. So I'm here for. So working with her is so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
It's like going to work with your girl.
I'm sure it's a whole bunch of laughter going on.
Oh, it is.
Looks like
too
you
much
guys
sometimes.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so I want to circle back to something that you mentioned when we first started this live. You talked about being a trained actor and how you thought you would move to a thespian. How you
yes, ma'am.
how you thought when you initially moved to LA that you were getting to acting. But now you're starting to do acting right now. You've pivoted from doing your stunt work to having some acting roles. Okay, so let me say this to you. They say, you've done your job well as an actor when the role you're playing, people don't like you, right? So I want to say, the role that you played on Power Book 2, is that Ghost? What is it, Layla Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, where did you pull that from?
Girl, listen, you know the funny thing about that? my agent sent me an audition to play a police officer, same episode. And
Okay.
I got the audition for the police officer, and I scrolled down in the email and saw there was something said other roles. And I read other roles. One of them was an inmate, Layla Jones, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I called my agent and said, look, I'm going in for the cop. Thank you very much. Appreciate the audition. But can I go in for the inmate as well? So I have an inmate headshot. I have a headshot, no wig on. I got the cornrows in the hair, no makeup on. I mean, it's grimy. So I sent my agents the grimy headshot and was like, will they let me read for this inmate role? And so they called them and said, Caston said, they'll see you for both, the cop and the inmate. Well, I wanted the inmate role because the cop had one line. And the inmate was a possible reoccurring. So I was like, okay, I want the inmate. So I went to the audition looking like the inmate. I wore my husband's big old t-shirt. I had on some socks and some little flip-flops they wear in jail. I went there, my little swag game on. And I walked up in there and I was like, yeah. They was like, are you reading for both? I was like, yeah, we're going to do Layla Jones first. They was like, absolutely we are, with you looking like that. So I went in, I auditioned for it. I did my read for Layla. I left, went to the bathroom, put on button up, put a little thing on my head and put my hair back, came in, ready for the cop. And I left. And my agent called me like 2 days later, like, you booked the inmate. And I was like, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So, yeah.
You played the hell out of that
bunch of brothers.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm from Jamaica, Queens. So I ain't got to look far.
For inspiration, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Calais. My girl Kid Stu is in the room. And my sister Natasha's in the room as well. Love you.
Hey, Natasha. Hey, K-Stu 222. She said, you're so New York. Hilarious. Yes, you are. You have that New York swagger down to the teeth. For real. For real. So
I can't lose it. I try to.
You know, I always talk to women about the importance of having multiple streams of income. And the fact that you've been able to pivot from, and still doing your stunt work, pivoting to acting, you've been an assistant AD, you're writing, you're producing. How important is that to you to be to have that diversity in Hollywood?
I think it's very important. I think it's important not to be a one-trick pony. Because a one-trick pony can't do but one trick. One trick. So I think everyone needs to, and I like to say I'm a filmmaker. I love being on set. I love being on set. So I love every aspect of it. Though I don't know how to do every aspect of it. Like, I don't know how to work I'm not a grip person. I'm not a keyboard, a best boy, or all that stuff. But I love all the aspects of it. And so I think it's very important to be able to step into different lanes within filmmaking. If you want to act, that's great. Act. That can be your number one. But you need to do other things as well. I never thought I'd be a stunt woman. I was an actor. That's what I wanted to do. And Stunt, like I said, kind of found me. And so, I'm still acting as well. But, a lack of auditions for roles that I thought I would be great for a while ago led me to writing. So I've been writing ever since. I have a film called Breather. I wrote this on Netflix now. It's been there for a while now. And I have other projects that I've written that I'm steady pitching. I even got a reality-based project dealing with stunt women. So I always have my hand in that. There's a film called Lola. I executive produce a boxing film that I executive produce. Right? Yeah. About to work on Lola Part 2 now. Yeah, about to work on Part 2 now. So I'm excited about all of that. I love being on set. I love everything about this business. I love everything about filmmaking. Well, not everything about the business. A lot of things about the business. I love everything about filmmaking. So I think it's very important, no matter what field you work in, is to be able to find multiple lanes in it, not just one.
Absolutely. No, I agree wholeheartedly. Like, I preach that, like I'm preaching to the choir all the time, that you have to have multiple streams of income. And if COVID hasn't taught us anything, is that you relying on one source of income is going to get you in trouble. So kudos to you for being able to pivot and work your way through Hollywood. Let me ask you this. What do you think has led to the longevity of your career in Hollywood? Because not everybody is able, JJ.
You said the longevity?
Yes. You've been around for 15 years.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a good question. I think being professional, doing what you say you're going to do, being reliable, and knowing your shit. Gotta know your shit. If you put out that this is what you do, know it. And if you don't know it, say you don't know it. Like I said, in stunts, I don't do every single stunt. If you need someone to jump off a cliff into water, I'm not your girl. I don't swim. I love the water, but I like to frolic around in the water. I'm not a swimmer. So I'm going to refer another young lady that fits my description that I know is really good with water. Water is not my thing. Horses are not my things. They're different things. But I know I'm a ground pounder. I know I can fight. I'm a fighter when it comes to stunts. I'm great with fights, whether it's female on female, whether it's male on female, whatever it is. I know I can throw hands. I'm good at that. I understand the choreography of it. Understand how to swing, how for my reaction. So know your shit. And I think that's for everybody, no matter what you do. If you say you do something, then make sure you really do that you know what you're doing. And if you don't, say you don't, and then go find out how. Go find out how.
And look, K-Stu 222 in the audience is saying, she stay ready. And you show up ready.
You know what? I love Calais. Calais is the best. Why I need you, Jay. She said she's about to fight Niecy on claws because K-Stu was working on what's the name of that show? Oh, Midnight Texas. Yes. And she needed me to double her. Calais is amazing actress, writer, producer herself. She has something that she does as well, dealing with fertility for women, like just always empowering women. She's the bomb. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so there's a young lady who's looking to break into the business as a stunt woman. What advice would you give her?
I would tell her find gyms where she can train. I don't know where she lives, but wherever she lives, if she's in Atlanta, she's in the Southwest, if she's in LA, if she's in New York, there are places where you can train. She's in Louisiana. There are stunt gyms where she can train to learn different techniques, to learn different skills. It's very important to have your skill set, to know that these are the skills that I'm really good in. If she wants to drive, that she should take one of the driving courses, whether it's Rick Siemens or one of the other driving courses, and become certified in it. That's what I would refer. And I would tell them there's no shortcuts. And if you find a shortcut, don't take it. Don't take it. Because it ain't going to work. There are no shortcuts.
No. There is no path to easy street. To your point, like you said, know your shit, show up, and be professional. So I applaud you, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Okay, so I just have a few more questions, and then we're going to see if anybody in the audience has any questions for you. Okay, what do you think is your superpower?
Being a woman. Being a woman. Let me tell you, if I died 30 times, if I had the choice to come back, I would always come back as a woman. And a black woman. I love everything about it. I'll take the bad with the good to have the good. I think my superpower is being a woman. I think women are very intuitive. I think we're just very powerful. We have really amazing insights. We know how to lead sometime right from behind that man. Like that's a very powerful place to be. Right behind that. And so I think my superpower is being a woman. I'm happy about being that more than anything else.
It's funny you said that. Look, my mom always said the man is the head, but the woman is the neck. And what does the neck do? Hello.
Control.
Control it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So absolutely. Okay. What's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote would be shine, because there's no light like yours. Shine. That's the quote I made up. It's not a quote by anybody else. It's not a Rumi quote or anything,
it's your quote.
Sophisticated at all. But it's just shine. Sometimes people dim their light a little bit, not to offend other people, but everybody needs to shine. Your light is needed. Shine.
Absolutely. No, I love that. Simple but true. Yeah. Okay, and
last
question.
Up in here.
It's all good. I can't see it. You can only see it over there. So you look beautiful, darling.
I'm shining. That's all. I'm shining.
You were shining, right? Right. Okay. And so, what's the best advice ever given to you?
To not worry about what other people think. I think a lot of times in life, no matter what we do, no matter what field you work in, that a lot of time is spent worrying about what other people may think. And often it's people we don't even know.
Hello.
And I think we get caught up in that. And I think sometimes it can stop our growth. I think we'll get preoccupied and we won't make a move on something that could have been a really good, powerful move. And we don't do it because we're fearful of what other people may say. And those people don't matter. They don't matter. So that is the best to me. It's just to not care about what other people say. If it's in you, if you feel it, if it's what you want to do, if it speaks to you, then you do it. Don't worry about other people.
I love that, Jeanette. It's so true. And we all get so consumed with they, right? I don't know. I never met they, but you know, for some reason, they gets in the way all the time.
Even with simple things like posting to Instagram before you post something up. What they gonna say? They may think this if I post it this way, but if I say that, what's the right? Like we may overthink it because we're worried about what people say. And once we can release that, it's a freedom in there somewhere. Once you release yourself of that, I am not responsible what other people think of me.
Hello. Say it one more time. Hold on. Say that for the people in the back that didn't hear it. Say that again, JJ.
I am not responsible for what other people think of me. Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely.
AA Lex said yes. Yes, absolutely. They don't pay my bills, she said. They don't. Right. That's right. Bernie Love said so true. Overthinking. yes. That's right. What we do. Yep.
No, It's so true. It's so true. Well, my dear, we are almost at the 30-minute mark, and I just want to go to the audience real quick. I know, right? It goes by so fast. I know. I just want to go to the audience real quick.
She's talking to you. She loved you ever since Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's talking to you.
That's Nate the Dan 7332. Hi, Nate.
Nate the Dan. Yes.
So I just want to go to the audience real quick.
Mitch said facts.
Let's see. Who else we got in here? Facts, girl. You got a whole bunch of love in here this evening. This is so wonderful. All right. Last time, guys, anybody have any last minute questions for Miss JJ Branch? She came in here and dropped a whole lot of gems on us tonight. So while we have her, does anybody have any questions? If not, going once. Oh, we still have people that are coming in here. With Wise Fortune _1 said, love you, JJ. Oh, you have a lot of love.
Yeah, that's my brother Mitch. Love you too, brother. And my guy Rod Diggy's in here too. An amazing scorer. He's a amazing musician. He's in here. So yeah.
That is amazing. Well, I want to say to your brothers and your sisters,
yes.
Thank God that you had them growing up. Thank God that they taught you. Look, they taught you self-defense before you even knew that you would stumble into this career as a stunt woman.
Before I even knew I needed defending. Yes, right. It is. Absolutely.
Right. So shout out to them. Absolutely. Shout out to Queens, New York. Shout out to your husband. And JJ,
thank and let me just say real quick. Oh, you're welcome. I just want to say real quick. I do a online show via Zoom every other Saturday via Zoom. Okay. It's called The Smoke. It's spelled with a D. The Smoke. You gotta find us on Facebook. We have a private Facebook group called The Smoke, but we do Zooms every other Saturday, and it is the funniest. It's grown folks talk for one. It's male and female perspective. So, but we bring the smoke. We bring the truth. We bring it to you straight with no chaser. Shout out to Laverne and to Steve and Joseph. That the show is such an amazing show. It was born in the middle of quarantine last year, and we are coming upon a year of doing the show. And the audience is just to a point that we have our regulars and we love them so much. It's so much fun, and we're very raw and we're very real. And so everybody must join. So find us on Facebook at The Smoke.
Okay, so that's D as in David, Smoke, guys. Every other Saturday on Facebook. And JJ, what else do you have coming up? I know you're writing, you're producing. You said you're working on, did you say Lola Part 2? Is that the name of the boxing?
Yeah, Part 2. We'll start filming that this summer, Lola Part 2. We have the boxer Clarissa Fields is going to play the lead in it. The black young lady from Detroit. She's a champion right now, so she's actually going to play the lead in the film, and so I'm executive producing that. I have a role coming up on a TV show called The Other Two. It's a comedy. It's funny. I play Nurse Finch on episode of that show. I have Claws coming up. Claws will be coming up this year sometime. I don't have a release date, but I play a character named Sheree. I also do Niecy Nash's Stunts on the show. But wow. I've been a part of that Claws family so long. They actually gave me a role on the show for That's one awesome. Episode last season. Then this season they brought my character back. So my character is back. She's goofy. She's crazy. She got purple hair. Her name is Sheree. She's a male postal lady, and she's a little postal, but she's a lot of fun. And so look out for that. That'll be coming this year as well.
All right. So in other words, guys, she is booked and busy. So all right. So guys, you all can
look for my I have an Instagram page too called the Filmmakers Flex. Find my page called the Filmmakers Flex. It's a filmmakers. So we celebrate everybody: actors, models, directors, DPs, cinematographers, casting directors, everybody. It's the whole gallop of filmmaking. And so we're also on Clubhouse too. It's called the Filmmakers Flex.
Perfect. All right, guys, you heard it here. To learn more about Miss JJ Branch, you guys can visit my website at heyladybytanya.com. You can read her impressive bio. JJ, I want to say again, thank you so much for joining me this evening on my Wind Down Wednesday.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here, so thank you for having me.
No, and we are honored to celebrate you, and that's what this is all about, women supporting women and just shining, you know? So, one last thing. Have you talked to Bailey since she's been in Ghana?
I've texted her, yeah. I've texted her back and forth with her a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's it. But, yeah, I need to catch up with her and make sure all is well.
So, right. Yeah. No, she out there living her best life. And I'm girl. Right. I'm supposed to join her in 2 weeks, so this should be real interesting. So, yes, I'm supposed to join her. Yes, nice. Yes, on the 25th.
Y'all stay in the air. Y'all stay in these foreign streets. I love it. I
do. So, all right, girl, I'm gonna let you go.
That's Stevie's makeup artist. Like, is that Stevie? I'm trying to think who that was. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, wanted to shout out the work, but yeah.
All right, my dear.
Yeah, okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I'll be talking to you real soon, okay? Bye,
Okay,
JJ.
talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.